The night of Christmas, 1945, Fayetteville, West Virginia. The entire nation was celebrating, and the Sodder family, with their 9 beautiful children, were enjoying the holiday warmth. At around 1:30 a.m., the house phone rings. The mother, Jennie Sodder, rushes to answer it. On the other end, a strange woman's chilling laugh echoes through the receiver. Background noises of clinking glasses fade in, and the line abruptly goes dead. Jennie finds it bizarre, but dismisses it as a cruel prank and goes back to bed. But exactly 1 hour later, at 2:30 a.m., Jennie wakes up again. The house is filled with a thick, suffocating smell of smoke, and terrifying flames are roaring from the upper floor. Panic strikes. The parents and 4 of the children manage to escape into the freezing night. But upstairs, trapped in the raging inferno, were 5 innocent children: Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jennie, and Betty. The father, George Sodder, was driven to absolute madness trying to save his babies. He ran to fetch the heavy ladder, usually propped against the house, to reach the upper window. But mysteriously, the ladder was completely gone. He rushed to start his massive trucks to drive them against the wall and climb up, but both trucks, which were working perfectly the day before, suddenly refused to start. The water pipes were frozen solid. When they tried to call the police and fire department, they realized the nightmare was total. Someone had deliberately and brutally cut the phone lines from the outside. The Sodder family could only scream in absolute helplessness as their 5 children vanished into the wall of fire. By morning, the beautiful family home was nothing but a smoking pile of ash. But the true horror began when the sun came up. When the fire department searched the remains of the house, they couldn't find a single human bone, not even a fragment. The fire chief claimed the heat was so intense it cremated the children instantly, but experts knew this was scientifically impossible. A brief 45-minute residential fire can never completely destroy human bones. George and Jennie Sodder realized the terrifying truth. What happened that night was no tragic accident. Their children did not die in that fire. They had been kidnapped before the flames even started, and the fire was set only to destroy the evidence. As the weeks passed, chilling leads began to surface, leaving the police baffled. A witness claimed to have seen the children being loaded into a strange car while the house was still burning. A hotel worker miles away claimed she served breakfast to the 5 children the next morning, accompanied by suspicious adults who arrived in a car. George Sodder himself remembered a chilling encounter months prior, when a stranger came to their house and warned him that your political views will cause your house to go up in smoke and your children to be destroyed. Yet, the police ignored the clues and closed the case. But the broken-hearted parents refused to give up. Right by the highway, where the house once stood, they erected a massive billboard, displaying the faces of their 5 missing children, offering a $5,000 reward for the decades passed. The year was 1967, 22 years after that fateful Christmas night. A mysterious letter arrives for the mother, Jennie Sodder. There was no return address, but it bore a postmark from Kentucky. When Jennie opened the envelope with trembling hands, inside was a photograph of a young man. The man's eyes, his nose, and the structure of his face were a perfect, undeniable match to their missing son, Louis Sodder. On the back of the photo, a cryptic message was scrawled: Louis Sodder, I love brother Frankie. A 90132 foot. The Sodder family immediately hired detectives to track the lead in Kentucky, but the young man vanished into thin air. Who sent that photograph? Was Louis really alive? And if he was, where were his other 4 siblings? The secret remained locked in a terrifying silence. Today, more than 80 years have passed since that horrific night. George and Jennie have both passed away, taking their grief to the grave, waiting for their children until their very last breath. That billboard by the highway stood for decades as a haunting monument to America's greatest unsolved mystery. Are those children still out there, living under different names in some quiet corner of America? Or did something happen to them that night that is too terrifying to even imagine? What do you think really happened to the Sodder children? Let us know your theories in the comments below. If these dark pages of history sent a shiver down your spine, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. This is Midnight Files Official. See you in the next haunting case. Until then, stay safe.